In 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9, the apostle Paul provides guidance on how women should adorn themselves, saying, "In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel, with propriety and moderation, not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing." This instruction, situated within a letter aimed at setting order in the church, highlights the importance of inner beauty and the expression of one's faith through outward appearance. The context of this guidance is crucial. Paul is addressing a community within the Ephesian church where cultural norms often clashed with the values of the growing Christian faith. Ephesus was known for its wealth and extravagant fashion, particularly among the elite. The directive provided by Paul is therefore not merely about personal style, but about the testimony of the church in a society where external appearances often signified deeper values and priorities. When Paul speaks of modest apparel, the focus is on modesty rooted in a sense of appropriateness and decency that aligns with the Christian confession. This modesty is not just in the cut or style of the garments, but in the overall demeanor and approach to how one presents oneself. It's about reflecting a heart devoted to God rather than seeking human approval or conforming to societal standards of wealth and beauty. The phrase "with propriety and moderation" underscores this point further. Propriety refers to the sense of what is socially acceptable within a godly framework, suggesting that one's outward appearance should be suitable to one's role within the community of faith. Moderation speaks against excess and calls for balance. It's a reminder that our choices, including our fashion choices, should reflect temperance and self-control, virtues highly valued in the Christian tradition. Paul's specific mention of "not with braided hair or gold or pearls or costly clothing" addresses the tendencies of the time where elaborate hairstyles and expensive accessories were not just personal choices, but social statements. By directing attention away from these external adornments, Paul is emphasizing a shift towards spiritual adornment. This teaching echoes the wisdom literature of the Old Testament, which prizes the quiet and gentle spirit, a true beauty that is precious in the sight of God. The application of this scripture today calls for thoughtful reflection on how personal appearance can communicate one's values and priorities. It's not that style or beauty are negated, but they are to be understood within a framework that prioritizes spiritual integrity and witness. Believers are encouraged to consider how their choices about dress reflect their commitment to God and how these choices impact their witness to others, both within the church and in the broader community. Moreover, this teaching about modesty and moderation has broader implications beyond personal attire. It speaks to the heart's orientation. Just as Paul advised the women of Ephesus to focus on godliness through modesty, so too must all believers today consider how their lives in their entirety, choices, actions, words, and relationships adorn the gospel they profess. This isn't merely about the avoidance of luxury or the shunning of beauty. Rather, it's about embracing a holistic view of Christian testimony, one that communicates the beauty of the gospel through every aspect of life. Thus, the modern church is called to foster a culture where the worth of individuals is not measured by their outward appearance, but by their commitment to live out the values of the gospel. This includes fostering environments where individuals feel valued for their contributions to the community, not pressured into conforming to worldly standards of beauty or wealth. 1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 9 is a powerful reminder of the transformative impact of the gospel on every aspect of life, including how believers present themselves to the world. It calls for a deep examination of how one's outward expressions align with inward faith. As believers strive to embody the values of modesty, propriety, and moderation, They not only adhere to Paul's exhortations, but also advance the gospel's witness in a world that often values appearance over substance. This alignment of internal faith and external appearance is vital as it demonstrates the holistic change that the gospel brings about in the lives of those it touches.